Hey guys, welcome back to the channel for another track guide for the V8 veterans or for whoever wants to watch it from Twin Ring Motego East this week. So sorry the track guide's a little bit late this week, guys. Ended up getting myself another VR headset. It's probably the fourth headset I've had. I end up just going back to them. I've had triple screens, single screens, VRs, yeah, and I just love the immersion of the VR. It's basically like triple screens on steroids. You can just see everything around you, see what's going on, especially with this one. It's got 150, I think I'm running at the moment, degree field of view, so it's awesome. You don't really have to turn your head too much to see what's beside you, and yeah, it gives you a really good sense of immersion. But as far as the track guide goes, guys, this is my version of the track, what I think is the fastest at the moment. I think I got about another 1 or 2 tenths in my quickest lap. But this was a reasonably neat lap and gives you the basic idea for the line as usual. So yeah, if you think there's something I can do different, leave it in the comments or let me know on Discord. But I'll talk you through the track, how I think it goes at the moment, and then I'll put up a video of the lap in real time. Anyway, getting into the track guide. Coming up with the first corner, so you're all the way up through the gears, all the way up in the sixth gear, coming down the main straight into the first corner is a downhill corner. So at about the 150 here, just to be safe, you want to get on the brakes, and that'll keep your car nice and steady into the corner. If you're overtaking someone, you're feeling game, you could probably go a car length past. I have tried it and it works, but yeah, you just got to sort of get your braking under control. So something I've been working on the last couple of months is my braking, obviously. I just want to get that. I think that's a big part of it, obviously, but what I've been working on is hitting my brake marker basically, but getting off the accelerator completely before you get on the brakes, getting on the brakes before you go down the gears. So what I've seen from other videos and from other tutorial videos is you get off the accelerator, which obviously puts all the weight back to the front of the car, and then getting on the brakes puts more weight onto the front of the car, and then going down the gears while you're under braking puts even more weight on the front of the car. But you want to do all this in a nice smooth transition. So that's basically what I've been working on, and I found it just stops the car from twitching around and getting unstable into the corners. But yeah, it might be something to work on. So coming into the first corner here, guys, all the way back down to second gear in a straight line as usual, as you can see, braking and going down the gears, all done before the corner. And then you want to come into the corner in mid apex here and be accelerating on or just before the apex, getting a good run out of all the corners on the track. I found the key to like a reasonably quick time is mid corner and exit speed on this track. I've been trying to brake really late and washing off speed into the mid corner, but then getting a good run out of the corner. But yeah, it just doesn't work. So I've just been a bit lighter on the brakes, a bit earlier, but then a good mid corner to exit speed. So coming into the second corner, coming out of the first corner actually, out of the second gear, up into third. So into this next right-hander. So you're taking a big chunk out of the curb. Just watch the curve on the right there. It can give you a slow down penalty quite easily. But for the next right-hander, it's a little bit earlier than what you think off the accelerator, and just lightly on the brakes. Not too hard because it'll wash out the front end. So just lightly on the brakes, just to get yourself turned into the corner and to keep yourself mid-track coming out of this second corner, as you'll see here. So keeping it nice mid-track there. Try not to go too far over to the right and then come back to the left. You're just using more of the track, so you're probably just slowing yourself down as far as I can see. But coming into this next left-hander, this is one where you come in just a little bit earlier. Well, I've found coming in and hugging it nice and tight just to keep yourself mid-track for the exit. So I'll talk you through there, show you through that one. Nice and tight there, keeping it mid-track, more over to the left. Come back a little bit. So coming, yeah, mid-corner to the left here, keeping it in third. So third all the way from second, through the third corner, through the fourth corner, and then coming out of the fifth corner, you're clicking fourth. Well, that's what I'm doing. I think a few guys are clicking fourth here just to get a nice stable run out, but I've just found for myself, I'm holding into third out of the fifth corner and then clicking fourth. So this one is another one, off the accelerator a little bit early and then taking a big chunk out of the curb. Once again, just watch for penalties, try not to get those, and then keeping it nice and tight on the fifth corner as you come out of that left-hander there. As you see here, it's coming over, taking a big chunk and nice and tight on that left one, clicking fourth and coming out of that left-hander. So coming into this next right-hander here, this is another tricky one, guys. So you're up into fifth gear, I hold fifth gear there, I don't click sixth. Pretty much where I am now, I'm off the accelerator. on the brakes, back to fourth, back to third, back to second, but you want to get all that braking done and gear changes I've found a little bit earlier than what you'd normally do. Just there's something here in this corner. It's a pain in the ass corner. It's not even like a 180 degree hairpin corner, which you think it is. It's got a good quick run out of it, but yeah, I think there's like it cambers in or something on the corner here. Tends to want it, if you're braking too late, it tends to want you to oversteer and shoot you past the corner. So just keep an eye on that one, guys. Coming into the corner here, all the way back in a second. Coming in, getting your curb nice and tight there and getting a good run out. It's coming in this next right-hander, pretty straightforward, but as it is a high-speed corner and you're changing to fifth halfway through, just keep an eye on the arse end. Can tend to get a little bit oversteery coming through this one. As you'll see here, so coming in nice and tight on the curb there, up into fifth, and then come back over to the right here to set yourself up for the next left-hander. So just at that white line here on the right, that's your braking marker. You can go probably halfway, so between maybe this the end of the curb here and this one, probably right in the middle. Off the accelerator, back to fourth, and then just before the corner, back to third, and then getting a bit of a later apex. Don't come in nice and tight here, come in a little bit later, just to keep your mid-corner speed up, as you'll see here. Man, back to third, just coming in late there, touching the curb. And then once again with this one as well, you're sort of coming over a little bit earlier. I've probably come over a little bit earlier than what you probably should. Stay out a little bit and then come back across this way. Because if you have a look at the track map, wherever the hell we are, you can see it's not like a gradual curve. It's like curve, 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 and then it gets tighter. So if you can come out and just stay at just that smidge and then come in tight and hit your curb as you come out of that tight part, straightens the corner out and you get a nice good bit of speed out of the exit of the corner there. As you see here, guys, nice and tight. So with this one as well, I'll just mention just where I am right now, that's about where you want to start getting back on the accelerator. So you want to make sure the car's completely turned out of this corner before you get back on the accelerator. As I said on the track map here, it's nice and tight out of the corner, which makes it a little bit tricky. So if you get on it too early, it'll shoot you left over onto the left side of the circuit and then out onto the grass. So that's just something to keep an eye on there, guys. So coming out of there nice and hard. Come back across to the right-hand side just to set you up for the second last corner, which is a left-hander. So about maybe a car length before the 50, which is this line here. I go about here just to keep myself safe. You can go a little bit later if you, for some reason, get into passing opportunity, something like that. But I just keep it out here, just a car length before here. In a straight line, back to fourth, back to third, back to second. And once again, more of a mid-apex to later apex on this corner, just so you get a good mid-corner speed and exit out of it. So back to second, just touching the curb, as you can see there, sort of mid to late corner, and then getting back on the accelerator as soon as possible. So you basically want to be braking, trailing off. Once you've done your trailing, getting on the accelerator straight away. So you want to get that timing under control just so you can get the most amount of speed out of every corner. So coming out of this second last corner as hard as you can, trying to lose the arse end all the way up into fourth gear here. Now this last one, I was braking here when I first started, and then I started going mid-corner, and then I went to the 50. You can brake at the 50 and still get it pulled up. It's very hard, but it starts to twitch around a lot, but it's doable. Like for some reason, you can just pull up heaps late into this corner. I go about between the 50 and the 100 just to keep the car under control, and once again, not jam on the brakes too hard. Back to third, back to second, and a mid to later apex, just so you get that really good run onto the main straight, so that if someone's drafting you, they're not going to shoot you up the inside. As you can see here, so back to third, back to second, keeping a little bit late, as you can see, hitting the mid part of the curve there, and then just accelerating out, trying to lose the arse end like I've done there, guys. Look, that's another track guide, guys. I hope it's really helped. As I said, I'll be putting up videos, so keep an eye out for those. If you think there's something I could work on or look at for the next stream or for this track, let me know in the comments or in Discord. But that's another one. Hope it's helped, and can't wait to see you in the race. Cheers, guys.